to other news we are following for you. The Ghana Hotels Association says it's still pushing for redress of issues they've raised concerning what they describe as high water tariffs. They also describe it as wrongful. The association petitioned the PURC, and there is a response we want to show you right now on the screen. So the response from the PURC says the Commission wishes to note that in announcing and gazetting the water tariffs, it was clearly indicated that there was restructuring of GWCL's consumer categories to enable the company meet consumer demand, serve them well, and balance the interests of both the company and the consumer. It says this restructuring is ongoing, and your letter will be valuable in improving the process. Also says, notwithstanding the above, the Commission wishes to state that the concerns raised by your association will be assessed and take the necessary action to mitigate the impact of the approved water tariff on your business in subsequent quarterly meetings using the Commission's quarterly tariff adjustment mechanism. We count on your usual cooperation, signed there by the PURC. Well, joining me with a reaction is President of the Ghana Hotels Association, Dr. Edward Akanyamike Jr. Good afternoon to you. So what do you make of this response from the PURC? Are you satisfied?
Hi, Daryl. Good afternoon. I hope you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Hello, Daryl.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Good. Thanks so much for the opportunity once again. And I guess, yes, I can hear you.
Yes, so I was just asking of your reaction to the response from the PURC. Are you satisfied?
Right, Daryl, far from that. And I must say the PRC's response to our letter is very evasive. And for me, it begs the question, who regulates the regulator? Because if an institution like the PURC announces an 8.3% upward adjustment in water tariffs, publishes it, and goes around to do the exact very opposite of that, and I mean the extreme opposite of that, up to 167% increase. And nobody is talking about it. We haven't heard anything from the sector ministers, tourism, arts and culture, or water and sanitation. In fact, in our letter to the PURC, we copied the Parliamentary Select Committee on Trade, Industry and Tourism. We haven't heard anything from them. We also copied the Ghana Tourism Authority. We haven't heard anything from them. So, who regulates the regulator? Because if the regulator, after all the engagement with the stakeholders and deciding on a particular percentage, can go around it, it means the regulator cannot be trusted.
Well, in this letter, it says...
The regulator has demonstrated bad faith, and obviously very interesting.
It says that there's some sort of restructuring going on. I don't know if you're aware about that. And based on that, also says that you should not, I guess it's also saying that you should not expect any change until there is a quarterly review. So maybe sometime next quarter.
Yes, but does it mean that we are casualties of the restructuring of Ghana Water Company Limited's consumer categories? So hotels must be the casualties. In any case, we sent a 3-point petition to the PURC. First of all, revert to the announced 8.3% upward adjustment. Now, from his letter, it means that they have gazetted it. Fine. But that can be taken care of in the next quarter. So why don't you give us the assurance that it's been gazetted already, it cannot be dealt in this quarter, so we will reverse it in the next quarter. That is possible. And again, we also requested that they should restrain their workers or staff from harassing hoteliers in paying the new tariff. But guess what? They are out there doing exactly that. Because we expected that since we have petitioned you on a matter, at least we could calculate that 8.3% increase that you gave and pay that one for now as you resolve the issue. But if you go around demanding that 167% increase that you announced, that is highly insensitive. And I think the PURC must be called to order on this matter.
You asked who regulates the regulator. Well, I'm just wondering, so are there other means that you are seeking to get a resolution to this matter?
There is a PURC that we know, and we are going to respond to their response, and we are also planning to picket at their office.
When are you going to do that?
Well, we need to inform the police. We have 5 days. We will inform the police 5 days ahead, and then we'll do that. So hopefully, if we respond to PURC and we don't get a favorable response, we will inform the police and do that picket.
And just to let our audience appreciate, so initially you were supposed to pay what, 8%? Was that an 8% increase?
Yes, Dara, you recall that there was an increase in August, September.
Okay.
Which started on 1st September. The new one started on 1st February, and it was increased by 8.3%.
But now you're saying you're paying as much as 160.
167%.
That's a huge gap.
How can that be due to restructuring?
Okay, and so yeah, time is of the essence. So what are the implications if, do you even have time to wait till the next quarter for this to be resolved?
No, we don't. And you see, if the PURC were sensitive to our woes, they would instruct Ghana Water Company that limit your collection of water bills or payments to the 8.3% increase that we announced whilst we address the issue. So that when the water companies start going to the hotel, they were going to look at that 8.3% increase, calculate it, and let's make, have an expectation of that. But if you go and say that your new bill, which is 167% over the last one, is what I expect to collect, and if I don't get it, I'm going to close your taps. That is unfair, Darrell. And somebody must step in this matter.
Okay, we'll be waiting for news on when you decide you're going to picket at the PURC. But in the meantime, I want to also ask you about, because we know that the ECG is undertaking an exercise to retrieve revenue from companies that owe it. Are your members in good standing?
I want to believe so. I cannot speak for every member per se in terms of the arrangement they have with ECG, because some are prepaid, some are postpaid. Those on prepaid, I can assure you that there are no issues. The challenge has to do with the postpaid. So, well, maybe let me use this medium to alert and encourage all hoteliers to ensure that they are in good standing as far as the ECG is concerned, because we want regular power supply. And the only way we can get that is through the payment of our bills. And once these things are transparent and open, not like PURC is doing in relation to the water, who has a problem with that?
Thank you so much. We'll be following this story all through. Edward Akanyameke Jr., who is president of the Ghana Hotels Association, joining us with reaction to the response from the PRC to their concerns about high water tariffs.